I'm first going to display for you and others what's been marked and admitted as State's Exhibit number 19. Do you recognize this photo?
Yes.
And just generally, what is it?
This is the truck that was parked in front of apartment number 4.
All right. Now, I know you did a lot of things there, but I want to focus your attention on some specific things. So I will put up for you and everyone State's Exhibit number 20. What's significant, if anything, with respect to the items shown in this photograph?
In this photograph, you can see a piece of you can't really tell what it is on this one, with a piece of blue that is a finger from a disposable glove.
All right. And I'm going to use the pointer. Are you referring to this item here?
Yes.
All right. And just for the record, I've circled a blue item between the tire and the post ahead of the driver's door. What are we seeing here in exhibit number 21?
So like I said, after we take initial photographs, we put down placards. So this was labeled as placard number 1, and it's a closer up view of the finger of that disposable glove.
All right. Was that item collected by you?
Yes.
What are we seeing here in exhibit number 22?
So this is the front driver's side area of the truck with the door open.
All right. What could you point out some of the areas of interest? And I'm going to make a laser pointer. I'm controlling it now. You have a mouse in front of you that should allow you to point out to the jury what you're talking about as you're talking about it.
So there are areas that appear to have apparent blood on them on the steering wheel.
Sorry.
I'm pointing at the steering wheel here. There's some apparent blood on the driver's side door inside the window here. And there's some visible blood, probable blood on the floorboard, like threshold of the door.
The base of the door frame?
Yes.
All right. I'm going to advance us to exhibit number 23 and ask you to describe what we're seeing here.
This is another view looking into the passenger compartment from standing by the door, and it's showing another view of the inside of that front driver compartment of the truck.
And this, to some extent, these are a little bit repetitive, but tell us what we're seeing in exhibit number 24. Just a closer up view of that driver's compartment.
Yes, this is showing a little closer in different angles of the door and steering wheel of that compartment.
The next exhibit is 25, which I'm displaying for you and everyone. Tell us what we're seeing here.
As this is another view of the inside of the driver door with apparent blood.
Can you point out what you're referring to?
So there's a larger amount of smear here towards the front of the door, and then there are some smaller spatters back farther.
I'm going to zoom in a little bit if you let me have control, if you'll let go of your mouse.
I did.
All right. I don't know why my mouse is misbehaving here. Well, I guess I won't zoom in because my mouse is escaped out. So here we go. All right, so now I've zoomed in on the locking mechanism on the door. Can we see the blood splatter a little more clearly in that zoom?
Yes, you can see what is apparent blood spatter or small drops of blood on that portion of the door.
Great. I'm now putting up exhibit number 26. Could you describe for the jury what we're seeing here?
This is the front passenger seat of the truck and the floorboard with apparent blood spatter and a Burger King bag.
All right. And can you just point out the Burger King? It's rather obvious, but go ahead and point it out.
It's down here on the floorboard of the passenger side.
All right, so you're pointing to the bottom right corner of this picture?
Yes.
All right. Now, if you'll let me have control again. Whoops. Again, I'm not quite sure why my mouse, oops, is misbehaving. Let's go ahead and look at exhibit number 27. Again, could you describe what we're seeing here?
So this main focus is the steering wheel with apparent blood on it. There is some on the handle that you can use to get in and out of the truck on the upper left-hand side of this photo. And there is some apparent blood spatter on the front console.
As well as on the steering wheel?
Yes.
All right. Exhibit 28, can you tell us what we're seeing here?
This is the steering wheel a little closer up with one of our stickers that is letter C.
All right. Are there also hairs on the steering wheel itself?
Yes, if you look towards the upper portion, you can see, it's like if you can see close enough up there, there's some dark hairs, apparent hairs that are stuck to the apparent blood on the steering wheel.
I'm going to zoom in on that part of this photo of the part you would hang on to, the steering wheel itself and not the column. Does that show those hairs on that steering wheel?
Yes.
Were those hairs collected or others on the steering wheel like them?
Yes.
And I haven't asked you so far, were various swabs taken of these blood locations as part of your investigation?
Yes.
And again, were those swabs of blood taken back with you to the laboratory for further DNA analysis?
Yes.
You did not do the DNA analysis, even in this case, even though you're in the DNA section, is that right?
That's correct.
That was Mr. Petricelli, who we'll hear from later.
Yes.
All right. What are we seeing in exhibit number 29, which I'm displaying?
This is the front passenger seat. You can see the headrest, the top of the seat, and in the center column storage that runs down the center of the truck, that'll have what appears to be blood.
So again, I'll zoom in on is this the driver headrest that's closest to us in the frame?
Yes.
And is that the area that you indicate has blood as well as the backrest here?
Yes.
What did you do? Now, we haven't pointed out every single item of potential evidence, either that you saw or that you collected. Is that accurate?
Correct.
What did you and Ms. Rasbarsky do after completing processing of the maroon truck at the Glenwood address?
We next went inside the apartment and took photographs of it as it was at the time.
All right. Anything of particular note or interest located inside you're talking about the Glenwood apartment?
Correct.
Was there anything of particular significance inside that apartment?
No.
What did you do after that?
After that, we were notified that there was another address with a house and vehicle to process.
All right. Did you go there then?
Yes.
Do you recall approximately what time you arrived at the second address?
We arrived about approximately 5:42 a.m.
I'm going to display for you and everyone States Exhibit 30. Pardon me. Do you recognize what's shown in Exhibit 30?
Yes.
What are we looking at?
This is the front of the house at 135 Southwest Prairie Street.
And I'm backing up to a different picture. I'm trying to go to 17. I'm displaying Exhibit 17. What's that?
That is the Cadillac that is in the driveway at 135 Southwest Prairie Street.
Now, was the Pella Police Department tent or canopy deployed when you got there?
Yes.
All right. Did you process the Cadillac?
No.
Do you know who did?
Believe it was, Special Agent Mark Ludwig.
And Special Agent Spencer?
Yes.
All right. Did they provide you and Ms. Risbarski items of evidence which they had collected, which you then took back to the laboratory for further analysis once you were done with everything?
Yes.
So you mentioned that you did a search on the inside of the residence, and again, I'm going to, before I go there, did you and others look for knives, blood-stained clothing, anything with blood on it at the scene?
Yes.
I'm going to display for you and everyone what we've marked and has been admitted as State's Exhibit 31. What are we seeing here?
This is the bathroom on the main floor inside the toilet tank.
And what's inside the toilet tank?
From this picture, you can see that there is a white towel.
And what are we seeing in Exhibit 32, which I'm displaying for everyone?
Once we looked in that a little bit, you can see that some of the water is slightly discolored, a pinkish color. And then there is also, I believe it was 2 disposable blue gloves.
Were all of those items collected
Yes.
and taken back with you to the lab?
Yes.
Did you do any work on preparing either or all of those items once you got back to the lab for further analysis?
Yes.
What did you do?
So we took those items, we put them into a plastic bag to take them back to the lab. We do not generally submit wet items to the evidence room. We have a drying room in our crime scene area. So these items were dried out. The towel and the gloves were left to dry in that secured drying room until they were ready to submit. We also had some of that liquid that we collected with these, and we processed that by taking it, putting it in a tube, and we spin it down in a centrifuge to try and get anything that's solid that's in that liquid down into a smaller volume. Remove what's called the supernatant, or the extra liquid that's on top of that. Put it into a smaller suspension, and then I put it on what's called an FTA card, and that was used to, that's what we submitted for DNA processing from that liquid that's in the toilet tank.
Somewhere in the reports there's reference to, I think I'm going to say this right, pelleted liquid?
Yes.
What's pelleted liquid?
So that's when we spin it down. So we have to take all that liquid, and when we spin it, it pulls all the cells out of that liquid and puts it in the bottom of the tube, and that's what we call a cell pellet.
And then that is later put on a card, or it's directly tested in the DNA section?
So we take a majority of that extra volume of liquid out and resuspend that pellet in a smaller volume of liquid. And then we took that resuspended pellet and put that on what's called an FTA card. And that's what we submitted for DNA analysis.
So what the DNA analyst, who was not you, was somebody else, is actually working with is that FTA card that got to be an FTA card in the manner you just described.
Yes.
Were there also I'm going to see if I can find the picture of the keys. Was there also a set of keys in that bathroom?
I believe they were on the counter and top in the bathroom.
I'm going to show you and everyone what's been marked as State's Exhibit 49. Do we see the keys there in the same bathroom as the toilet we just looked at?
Yes,
So can you just, well, I'll do it. Is this item on top of what looks like a hair pick, the keys that you're referring to?
yes,
And the next photo, Exhibit 50, which I'm displaying, is just a closer up picture of that.
correct.
All right. And lastly, either did you or did somebody else direct your attention to a washing machine in the basement?
Yes,
I'm showing you and everyone State's Exhibit number 33. Is that the washing machine?
it is.
Were those items in there of clothing collected?
Yes,
I said previously, lastly, and I was inaccurate because I've got one more thing to point out, and that is Exhibit number 34. What are we seeing here?
this is a calendar with handwritten notes that was found at the, I believe in the between the kitchen area, living area.
I'm going to zoom in just a little bit so we can all see it. What are the black, just for the record, what are the black angular writings say?
They say gone and then a number of days.
Counting upward through the days of the month?
Yes,
In other words, 64 days gone is on May 13th. May 14th is 65 days gone. May 15th is 66 days gone, etc.
yes,
All the way up to the 19th. Okay. That's all the questions I have. I would pass the witness.
Cross-examination?
No questions, Your Honor.